Isn't this exciting? Another game to play? No. Yeah. Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, Zippery. Were you influenced by seeing everyone else's writing styles yesterday? Yes, you could say that. I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes. So I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The raccoon? I was about to say the bacon, just to make a little joke, but nope. It happened by the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a quality snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering, of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies. Is that a word? Is that even what it says? As or something human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious, something of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The exciting beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry something, the raccoon, get out of here! Jesus Christ, it's scary to be out here. The moon's something. Oh, is that a dog? Or is that a mouse? I'm getting distracted. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. No! Oh well, if you ever played the game, you know what the poem is. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if this is my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. If I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Literally shaking out of fear. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge my more unusual hobbies. What is that supposed to mean? What do you do with knives in your spare time? Wait, I didn't mean to say that like that. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about... I know too much about this game. And this game knows me too well. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. In come the shipments! To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay.
Meanwhile, she is 2 inches away.
Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness. I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. Who should I There's only one option left, but if you want to hear something interesting, a kid named Ben, I think that's his name, he played this game and got so sucked into it, he actually forced himself to do a couple of strange things. That's not gonna happen with me, though. I see the outside world. I don't just stare at a screen until I'm like, yep, this is real. I mean, that may have happened the first time I played this, but now, like, what you have to do is play the main game like 3 times, and then you'll just stop feeling weird. Finally get into the game. Hi again, Zuperi. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Haha, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica, but I don't want to. Alright, I like it, Zuperi. Really? It's a lot cuter than Don't say things like that! Oh jeez. No. It kind of makes me think something that Suki... Stop saying cringy things! And she's a good writer too. So I take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance you've read anything by Shel Silverstein? Isn't that guy that was mentioned in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid book? He said that he looked like a burglar or something. Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny and daring or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. It might even feel like they're written for kids. But if you think about them, they can express the views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. Wait. But you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. Anyway, want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me! The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating. Huh? Something forms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sure. So sure. Wait. These are colors I don't know about. Except that last one, tangent. They like playing a chalkboard. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me? Why is this starting to get creepy? Does this game know I'm outside freaking at 12 in the freaking morning recording this? It might be released in the morning. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. Should I make voices for these characters? Oh wait, you left already. Oh. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's this kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with space on paper. That's scary. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. It's not magic at all. How did the paper get that long? The way I wrote the lines is really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. Hey, spoiler alert. Monika's poems aren't that good. They just get scarier. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's the Monika writing tip of the day. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When this happens, don't forget to save your game. You're breaking the fourth wall! What are you doing? You never know when you might change your mind. When something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking? See, you're breaking the fourth wall and you just realized it. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I don't remember if her advice gets scarier or if it just gets weirder. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Music! Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything. Wait, did I just spoil it? It's not like we can put anything good together in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on the posters. I've designed some pamphlets so we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monika? Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting up those posters, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. When I tap the screen, it just wants to work or it doesn't want to work. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. I'm not scared of what's going on outside. I'm scared of the music. Because I don't know if you heard it, or it might be my hand. It might have covered up the speaker on my phone. But it kind of sounds distorted for like a minute. Or like a second. Of some sort. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago? It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event of each and put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. Why are you poking Natsuki's eye? Stop! And the more who perform, the better. Should I even still be recording? You guys are probably already gone already. Oh well, I'll just keep making this because I like doing this. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate and with yourself, finding new something, and having fun. That's right. And if those reasons that we're all in this club today, don't you want to share that with the others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if that takes is if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around the room, or around at everyone else's. Around the room! Ugh, suck at reading! Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. Not really. This one is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica. This is too sudden. It's... Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply motion behind each line that she recites, bringing the words to life. But her mouth isn't even open. She's just staring at me, and it's scaring me. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation, I guess. The four of us applaud. Hold on. That's what I'm scared of. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper behind her hand and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Charisma. That is the title of some book. I said that without thinking. I don't think it's the title of the book. But who cares? Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. Dang! Dang! The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure, and she enunciates with the perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins to read her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. Now, she does not have a soft voice. Why did my charger unplug? Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori's. like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read that on paper, I would probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Super liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the room fits you really nicely. Wait, the atmosphere of the poem! Why am I so dumb? But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Yeah, I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We won't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Zupari. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Zupari lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step up from the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really good at it as everyone else. Not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called Jump. It's called Why Are You All Looking at Me? Because You're Presenting. Is the poem called Jump? Anyway, the poem is called I got it correct! Yes! I played this game too many times! Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. Wait, I'm your friend? I'm your friend? That's a surprise, Natsuki. I didn't think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, we won't have much to worry about for the festival. As said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. It's mine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up. Let's try to write our poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll be finished planning tomorrow. Then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. A car at 12 a.m. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, I'll have to do my best. Ready to go with Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. You make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Zooper, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things had already changed. But today, Sayori is a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean, Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I would walk home with Natsuki. I would still... Why you gotta do me like that, game? I definitely walk home with Natsuki because Sayori has depression. But Natsuki is scary. Sayori only has a depression. It's not that scary. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? Okay, we're done playing for tonight. Thank you all for coming. I mean, I would think of... I think I would be afraid of what she'd do if I turned her down. Isn't she so cute to be fun? Okay, now we're actually done playing. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. I like tropical flute.